Welcome everyone to Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Joel, I don't make too many calls on our show. I only try to make a call when I have something I want to say. Uh, and I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back today for that
Woo!
Tesla call. Not that I knew it was going to happen or anything, but I mean, this Tesla move today is insane. One of many moves we're going to talk about. Let's just quickly recap the markets, and then we'll go into
Sure.
Tesla.
We're trading into green by 34.5 handles at 32.4850, treading just off the high of the session at 49.50. Nothing significant in there at least on the daily levels to indicate 49.50 will remain the high of the day near a psychological level 32.50. But that's all you could say about that. You do have crude inching up a dime here at 40.85. Little dip under 40, 39.97, but crude trying to break out. Gold continuing to distance itself from 1800. Gold is up 840 at 1884.40. And silver's been the star today. Let me share my screen here to show you that silver chart. Silver has been the leader. They cleared $20 with a vengeance. And now we've traded as high as 2033 and a half. Still chugging higher here in the after hours session with silver. I believe closes like around 130. But that's a look. Bitcoin. I may stop talking about Bitcoin soon if it doesn't either break below 9,000 or break above 10,000. But good day. Another good day for the market.
All right, weird divergence today in the electric vehicle trade. Tesla and NIO up huge. Nikola, not so much. So let's start with Tesla here. As far as the reason for the spike, your
It's
guess is
because Spencer Israel talked about it on the pre-market prep show.
your guess
Man,
is as good as mine. They've got earnings in 2 days. Maybe there's more speculation about them if they're profitable, joining the S&P 500 and the buying that would ensue from that. But man, what a move today!
yeah, pre-earnings run. They tried to bust it through yesterday's low. If you're the kind of trader that likes to focus on daily highs and lows, I think it might have gotten by it by like $2. Let me check here for Tesla. Yesterday's low, 1490. 1488 the low. So if you bought that thing, you didn't even have a chance to cart it up. And it was in your favor. Getting back over half of the move on this one very easily. Uh, All-time high, we're still a $1.50 away. All-time high, 1794.99. So maybe some more meat on the bone there for Tesla. What they are poised to do today, though, is post a new all-time closing high. That stood at 1544.65. We're going to improve on that by about $100.
So what we learned today is that big tech can't really go down that much. Amazon, which hadn't really done anything and been weak for I guess about a week. Not so much today. Amazon's up about 8%, 7.5% here, and the Qs after doing nothing for a couple of days, we've just said we've got to buy them again. So the Qs are knocking on the door of all-time highs again today. But so you can't keep big tech down for too long.
Yeah,
That's what we learned today.
Amazon had that sell off too, just on a little bit lighter volume. That one didn't even sniff yesterday's low. Still got some room to make an all time high, though. 31.98.56 is where you're trading. 33.44.29 is your all time high. Uh, excuse me, but just to sell off, just only one day of consolidation and then to move higher. So tech right back in favor.
All right, this AstraZeneca thing from this morning was ended up in hindsight. We can say this classic: buy the rumor, sell the news. Again, if you're listening to pre-market prep last week, you know that the existence of the publication of this data was known as far back as Wednesday, and the market just assumed from the get-go that it was going to be good news. AZN popped on Wednesday. I think it popped again on Friday. Maybe it popped again. Definitely popped again this morning. We got the report from the Lancet just after the market open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. The data, from what I saw, was like good. I don't think it blew anybody away. It was okay. It definitely wasn't bad, but not good enough to justify the just crazy enthusiasm for AstraZeneca from the past couple of days. So just classic buy the rumor, sell the news
Yeah,
situation.
big stock takes a lot to move it on a daily basis. Also, you're not trading the primary market high here as it is an ADR. Got over 64 bucks. This was Friday after hours, much anticipation of the report. Kind of hard to tell here, but this wick here took it about 40 cents beyond that pre-market high. So if you're focusing on those extreme levels, a lot of times you get a shot at them in the regular session. That's exactly what happened in AstraZeneca. Shortly after the open, this is your 9:30 bar here. The news came out. The same sellers that were present Friday afternoon, they were out there again, drove it down, went within a couple pennies of yesterday's low, that being Friday's low. So there'll be a big level for you to keep an eye on here moving forward if you're trying to protect some profits in this. 57.63, that was your low on Friday. 57.65, call it a double bottom for no better purposes here. And just buy the rumor and sell the news on that one. It worked again. And using the pre-market high would have given you not the top, but it would have given you a pretty good exit.
Yeah, you don't often get another chance like that, right? So I feel like when you see these situations where it's buy the rumor, sell the news, I feel like you were definitely lucky in AstraZeneca to get that shot this morning at 64.94.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I mean, if that's if you're looking for targets in things that are making, all-time highs, it's always good to see where the pre-market action is and how to exit. It always works. I mean, it doesn't always work. Nothing always works in this market, but especially with an ADR like that, you're getting the after hours look, you're getting the European look where the majority of the volume is. So doesn't always work out perfectly, but there's a good, I'd say more times than not, if you're using those for targets. Of course, if you have higher targets or moving your stops up, always good ways to play it.
Easy Mike is asking if Netflix is worth a trade here.
Hey, did you talk? Did that popped in the chat, right? And
Yeah.
man, oh man, if you look at the setup in this bull market here, which is definitely a bull market for Netflix, came off a little bit after earnings. Let me go to the daily here to better illustrate the potential trade. Sell off of earnings, try to hold on. Wiped out the bottom pickers after earnings, not by much. Got a double bottom in here at 484.14, 484.20. And now nearly matching ranges from yesterday. I know we got a few minutes to go here. Yesterday's high, 503.59. Current high, 49. You can easily figure a retracement on this one just to get half back of this loss wouldn't even be, would still be a nice trade. 575. How below did they break it? They took it only a 90-point move, add 45. That takes you up to 535, 540. So definitely some room there in Netflix on the upside and leading on to double bottom from the last two sessions as a potential exit point.
Rohan is asking us about Jumaya Technologies, JMIA. That's like the African Amazon.
Yep. And that's a good day. Up a buck 56. No real news. Maybe there is some news. You can check that for me.
I don't.
A nice run up. Got a little overdone when it went to $9 on the upside. Got a little overdone on the downside when it went to 7. under 7, 2 or 3 days of consolidation, and then you clear the few pesky highs in the 8 area, and now you're trading up a buck 58 at 921. Let's go a little bit longer term here and see. I know the stock. Ooh, this has got some room on the upside here. I don't know how it got to whew, off the IPO 49.77, and you got down to 215. So man, oh man, long ways to go to even get back a 50% retracement. In the meantime, maybe set your sights on 1168. That was your high from September of last year, but strong day here for Jumaya Tech, JMIA, and I believe Gene Munster, who frequents our show, talked about that one a while ago. I can't remember if it was COVID, pre-COVID, or after COVID, but nice move, and the trend is your friend here, moving off those lows.
All right, just looking ahead to some earnings here. We've got IBM after the close today. We've got Logitech after the close. Coke before the market open tomorrow, and that's pretty much it as far as big earnings here for the next day or so.
Yeah, IBM. I mean, is it finally going to make a move here? Sold off to 135, 115, right back. You're getting half of that move. I mean, if IBM is going to do what IBM does, it's going to beat, it's going to pop. Then people are going to say, we don't like the revenues. And then they're going to take it back down. But just, overall, how hot tech has been over the last few years, man, you just can't really say that this is the place to be. I'll bring up a longer term chart. There it is, topped out way back in 2013. So IBM, try it again. We'll see. That's after the close today or tomorrow.
Let's
That's
do some
today,
more from
correct?
I'm sorry, IBM's today. Yeah,
Today.
today.
Okay.
Let's do a couple more from the chat here before we wrap. Let's look at oh, what was the one from this morning here? The one with the drug IMRN, was that it?
Yeah, that boy, that thing's been a
Yeah.
wild child, all over the place. Monthly chart doesn't do it justice. Trading up a buck 75. Or what do we got in here? Let me pull up the 15-minute chart. Boom, boom. All over the place here. Did get a pop, took out the pre-market high, went over to 19 bucks. And man, oh man, you just got someone wants out. They want out bad. Let's look at the dailies here. Boy, this is just a tough chart all around. Not much in there until you get back to the high of the top of the range from Friday at 665. So above my pay grade here. And yeah, someone did mention, I thought this might not be great for Biogen, but not a big deal. Biogen still hanging in there. I don't know the PD there, but Biogen still hanging in there on the day. Of course, we're waiting out, for the big news on their drug. And what is I forget what that drug is called there.
What for Biogen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, it's starts with an A. It's for Alzheimer's. It starts with an A,
Okay.
right?
Uh,
Adjicam. I'm gonna
oh
butcher it.
yeah,
I'm gonna butcher it.
educator. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I
Okay. I'm
agree. I agree.
butchering it.
I can see it how it's spelled, but I
Yeah.
cannot think of it.
Yeah.
If you're trading Biogen, this 284 area is important. Today's high 84.23. Your high back from last week at 84.79. So you're looking for another leg up here in Biogen. So you got to clear that 284.69 high from July 15th.
The software trades hot today. Twilio, Dropbox, Team, Zoom, Fastly, all trading higher. Peloton also. I don't know if you saw Peloton today, Joel, but the power of Goldman Sachs.
Tell me about it.
A price target raise. I don't know. I don't know what the street high is. I imagine Peloton's price target raise this morning is probably close to it. They raised their price target to what I said. I just had it earlier here. 50 from 66 to $84 is their
That's
price
a big
target.
bump.
Yes, it is. Again, let's see if I can find out where the street high is on that.
That might be.
Let me see. Let me see. I think it might be. Yeah, I think it might be.
Peloton. Boy, I think someone asked me about this Friday and they asked me about buying the dip. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Let's see. But if you're leading on that 58.23 low, Goldman Sachs really helped you out today. 11-point break, 5.5. So looks like you're already getting back more than half of that move. You cleared 65. One pesky high here at 64.08 or 65.08. That was from last Tuesday. Hit 65 today. So see if you can clear that. I don't think you're immediately going to go to 69.78. That was the old time high, but 65 looks like a pesky level here in Peloton for the rest of today and tomorrow.
We're getting asked in the chat about plug power, PLUG. We've gotten to the point now where there are now at least a half dozen, probably more, electric vehicle names, stocks that you can trade. And today, like I said earlier, we saw this really strange divergence. Tesla up, Nikola down, Neo up, plug power down. I don't know.
Plug Power had that rally over 10, little pullback after the extended move. And once again, pair of lows in the same area, that area from last week, 828, 817. Tried to get down there today. Only got to 832. So very important for it to hold that 817 low. If not, you saw what it did. It basically went from 7 to 8 in one day with a little bit of breather on that second day. When stocks go up quickly through an area, they also have the propensity to go down quickly through an area. So important for plug power to hold that 817 low.
And then see if you can give a Kosh a level on Microsoft to potentially keep an eye on to hit the sell button.
Oh
It says
man.
you bought entered at around 202. Great job. Let's see if we can give you a level to maybe lean on for.
What was your target, Akash?
Well,
That's my
right.
first thing. I'm
That's
going to
that's
ask you
also the
that.
important question.
Uh, well, if you want, today the high is 212.30. Really don't have anything in that area. Nothing on the dailies and nothing on the weeklies, of course. The old time high is 215.80. The only intermediate level I could see ahead of that is the old time closing high. That was 214.32. So you could use a couple of those closes. It had the old time closing high at 214.32. The next day it closed at 213.67. So once again, strong stock makes an all time high. Couple weekdays, only 2 days of consolidation and back up. So shorter term target would be 214.32. And if another target 215.80, or you could just comfortably move your stop up now. To the last three lows, just call it encompassing the 202 area. So if instead of trying to pick a top, you want to get taken out. I know that's the area that you're long from. But just trail a stop up there and see if you can let this go. I see someone put 219 in here. I don't know if you can do any kind of Fibonacci projections of off this recent low, but that's what you're looking at in Microsoft.
Yeah, and he said his original target was 216. At this rate, you'll be there tomorrow. So
Stick with it. Stick with it.
all right. I just want to remind you folks that on tomorrow's show, the pre-market prep alias will be joined by Steve Schrader, who is the CFO of Workhorse, ticker. You know it because we've talked about it nonstop on this show for the past couple of weeks. WKHS. We've gotten a few questions sent our way via Twitter, via email. If you have a question on your mind, you'd like us to ask the CEO of Workhorse, email us premarket@benzinga.com. Hit us up on Twitter @benzinga. I'm at SJ Israel. Joel's at Spoos, US. And I think that's what I got. So please remember.
Tailing off a little bit here. Let's look at the S&P here going into the final minute. Of course, we'll be trading in the after hours until 4:30. You have that, or 4:15. You have that short break, and then that 4:30 to 5 trading session. And of course, we reopen for the new day at 6 p.m. 32.50. We backed off that 6 points, but is that a big deal? Considering we rallied 60 points off the low. So if you're looking for any medium resistance overnight, you could keep an eye on this 32.50. That's the high of the rebound, and as we get closer to all-time highs, we're about 125 handles away based on the September contract.
All right, don't forget to smash that like button, folks, on YouTube. We appreciate it. Thanks to any and all donations in the chat. We appreciate that as well. Please remember, all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Monday. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning.